Welcome back to Philadelphia and the Universal Open Rocket League East Regional. We are here once again to see the top two teams that are going to advance to the grand finals in Santa Ana. I'm Kevin Naki, of course, and I'm joined alongside by Mr. Wave and Quinn here, and we've gone through our first quarterfinal of the day, but we have so much more coming up soon as we have Tribune versus Leftovers that are going to be next. So we'll take another look at the brackets here real quick just to give you guys a glance as we move into the next match. We just saw G2A take out Actually Toxic 2-0. G2A advances into the semifinals, putting them just one round away from qualifying for the grand finals in Santa Ana. Leftovers versus Tribune coming up right now. Let's take a look at the bio of the Leftovers. So we have Jelly versus Bakadoo, who actually himself said, I don't really know how to pronounce my name. I've never had to say it out loud yet, so we're going with that for the time being. Looks like these players are actually a little bit local too, so we'll see if they have a bit of the hometown spirit in them. Let's go over to Larry now, who's with the Leftovers.
All right, Sean and John standing by now. Sean, you guys have only been teammates for about 2 weeks. How will that impact you guys going into the quarterfinals?
I mean, in those 2 weeks, we've gotten to know each other a lot. I think our chemistry is really good. I think right now, all we're trying to focus on is our individual play and just what we've learned in those 2 weeks.
Sean, just 2 weeks together, you're a sub. What do you know about his game, and how can you complement him here in the quarters?
I think we're both really offensive players, so I think if we just keep up a lot of pressure in the offensive zone, we can basically just keep the ball in our possession and not really have to worry about defense too much, because that seems to be our weak point.
All right, put the biscuit in the basket, guys. Good luck in the quarters.
All right, thank you.
All right.
And that's Leftovers. So we're going to take a look here at Tribune Gaming now, as they have Breezy going up against Skullpool, or with Skullpool at the moment, of course, going up against Leftovers here in just a second. So you see that massive Breezy 300+ Twitter followers on there. Come on, folks, let's get out there. Let's bump that up a little bit. I want to see that say 400+ by tomorrow or something like that. And let's go ahead and go over to Larry with Tribune Gaming.
We got Larry and Matthew here. Larry, we'll start with you. You guys have been teammates for a little while now. Talk about your strategy going into this quarterfinal matchup.
We want to keep possession of the ball as much as we can, and then keep boost control. The more boost we have, they'll have less to maneuver and mess around with.
Matthew, what do you know about your teammate, and how can you play off of him and really get that good, nice little mix of offense-defense?
Well, the good thing is he's more aggressive than I am. I tend to stay back and play in a more defensive position. So he's going to be the rock up on offense. So hopefully he'll be able to keep that pressure up, and I'll be able to pick up the slack where needed.
Larry, great name, by the way. It's similar to mine, very similar to mine. Talk about your aggression and your aggressiveness. Are you concerned at all that maybe you're too aggressive? Because you said you're really hyper-aggressive.
I like to stay aggressive so they don't have much to think about. Like when I challenge early, so I can keep them on their toes. If I challenge early, they can I can stop early attempts on shot on goal. So, but if I play too aggressive, I could leave them back to where it'd be a bad position and we could get scored on. So, I gotta keep it down a little bit.
All right. Larry, Matt, guys, good luck in the quarters.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here, and of course, as we go throughout this broadcast, there's going to be a number of terms that you'll see that we'll use, especially if you're newer to the Rocket League scene. So why don't you guys take it away? What are we going to be learning about today?
Well, some of these are pretty self-explanatory. The aerial, obviously, when you're playing with the ball in the air. Boost is the stuff you see them picking up around the field that helps allow them to fly. These are rocket-powered cars, and so they need boost, and you pick that up all over the field. The big one there, the 50-50, when two players are kind of going for a ball, and it's not obvious to us as the spectators who's going to win, which player's going to touch the ball last, basically.
Right, 50-50s are basically used to describe opportunities when people are challenging the ball at the same time. Two players just trying to dispossess each other or stop the play however they can. And the reason we call it 50-50 is because no one knows what's going to happen. That both players have an equal chance of winning that ball and moving on.
You also saw on there the Brazil reference to the World Cup game of Germany versus Brazil. I don't know when that started, but early on in Rocket League, whenever people started to have the scoreline 7-1, they would say, "Oh, you just got Brazil."
That was right after the World Cup. I mean, people have been saying that, so that's been going on for a long time.
Hey, actually, Toxic wasn't even Brazil though, so Dad has that going for him. So.
Honestly, at this level of Rocket League, it's a decently rare thing to have happen.
Fair enough. I can appreciate that. But now we are going to have two very competitive teams here. These look like to be dedicated 2v2 teams as well. So let's start to break that down a little bit. We mentioned before 3v3 versus 2v2. We're really going to get our first look here, though, at two competitive 2v2 teams. What are you expecting?
I mean, these are two teams that have players that are part of the community, but they're not players that I've seen play on a competitive stage before. So I'm excited to watch this one. This is going to be new for me in many ways for these particular players, and I do think it'll be a very even matchup. I could easily see it going 3 games. We'll find out probably by the end of game 1.
Yeah, something awesome we learned from those interviews with Larry was we got to see both of those players both teams describing themselves as offensive. So expect to see a lot of goals, especially in Rocket League and 2v2. We mentioned earlier, there's a lot of opportunities for these players to make mistakes and leave their teammates stranded in a 2v1 situation, and it's so likely that there's a goal there in the 2v2 format. So expect to see a high-scoring match in this next one.
Yep. Okay, looking forward to that. We're going to move into this match here momentarily, of course. But there's so many questions that I have in regards to 2v2 and how it's going to play out. So take me through a couple of the key differences between this and 3v3. Like when we see Rizzo play for real later on, we're obviously going to see a transformation of his play style from the traditional 3v3 format. What are a couple of the key things that we should be honing in on here?
I think the biggest thing is how fast the players have to rotate. If you make a pass to your teammate, you basically in 3 we have like the offensive siege where you're able to like keep the ball in, take multiple shots. It's almost not a thing in 2v2 because you basically have to fall back immediately after making a pass because if you don't, you saw that amazing pass where Stev made it to Rizzo. In a situation like that, if the goalie blocks it and just carries it right out, there's nobody in the back for him, so they have to rotate very quickly.
Right, and I'm glad you brought up that goal, the pass, the aerial play from them. That's not a good thing to be doing in 2v2, and the reason why is because both of these players are going for an aerial. They're committing in the air. Both the players can just stay on the ground. They don't waste any of their boost, no control. They're like no loss of control from going up in the air for some very difficult mechanical play. And so you can just kind of sit and wait around and let the ball come to you.
All right. Well, hey, the Rocket League 2v2 format is becoming very popular, and in Chicago, 2 members of the MLS Fire, Matt Polster and Jonathan Campbell, recently sat down and gave the game a try. 2 soccer teammates having some fun with a little competitive trash talking mixed in.
It was pretty good. I played once before. Polster was decent. He needs a little bit of practice. What's jump?
Hey. Don't tell him. Yes, we're going to score. No, dude, your other guys are nice with it, bro.
I think I'm going to try to play smarter.
How are these kids good at this game? Honestly.
What was it like using your hands to play a sport?
Definitely tougher. Yeah, timing with like how to jump with that car was not easy. And trying to hit the ball. I had a couple really bad mistakes. Wait for it. Fire. Oh,
Looks like some of your shots in the game. Polster, you're not holding your face right. Change your mouth position. Wow, early 2-0 lead.
Did you just see that? Look at this.
That was luck.
No.
Off of my hit that then deflected off of you?
Johnny. Right place, right time. Right place, right time.
Tough round.
Wow, Johnny. Where are your points at this time?
Double your last one.
No. This is harder than a bicycle kick.
A bicycle kick.
I don't know. I've never even bicycle kicked before, to be completely honest with you, but I'm pretty sure I would. This is just ridiculously hard.
It feels really good when you smash it.
Yeah, when
you
really
get a good hit.
Full contact. I wonder if this is like an actual tactic in the game.
Oh my gosh.
I'm literally waiting for you to miss the ball, and then I'm going for it. Oh, I missed it. I got these.
What were you doing there?
Well, it was going towards the goal originally, and I tried to block it.
As a center back, you can't just back up and leave the ball there.
You were the player that wasn't helping, and you somehow won this game.
Well, that's what you get. Good teammate. Polster, that was on a platter, bro.
I know, dude. I know. We should definitely join.
Do you guys want to play in the tournament?
I think we would lose.
We'd lose, but if we practice, we could take it.
We have our own practice, so.
Yeah.
I'm confident they're still better than I am at the game. All right, guys, well, it's time for the next quarterfinal match. It's going to be Tribune versus the Leftovers. Wave and Quinn, take it away.
They asked him what it felt like to play a sport with his hands. I want to know, what sport do you play without your hands?
That's
I'm
a
confused.
good point.
Soccer, I guess? I guess maybe that's probably the obvious one.
And I want to say there at the end, I mean, he was saying that they could do it with practice. If Dad can do it, they could do it too. So we need to see them at the next NBC Universal Open.
I'm excited to see it, but we'll get into this match. It'll be the Leftovers in the blue with the Tribune Gaming in the orange. Leftovers of Bakadoo and Jelly, Tribune Gaming, Breezy, and Skullpool. Decently neutral kickoff. We'll see Breezy taking a first shot right off the bat. I believe Jelly went for boost on kickoff and left the goal wide open.
Oh, great vision here from Breezy. He walks up off the side of the wall, and he recognized that there was nobody in net defending the goal. That's huge. You go for the big boost on the side, and you're going to leave your goal wide open in 2v2. You don't have that third member, you can't be doing that.
Not only did Jelly go for boost, he went for the cheat up first and then went for boost. That's so much more time off before they're into goal. But here comes the goal. Oh, so close. They missed the second touch there. Can they finish this one off? No, it'll be Breezy sending it over to the side. Now Skullpool with the rotation outwards here. This is the more fast, high-flying octane game we were expecting from two offensive teams. Both with opportunities to score early on there. Breezy trying to shoot. Skullpool coming through. Skullpool rocking a champion boost from Season 1. Season 2.
Skullpool actually getting very lucky there from that miss from the other team. He hit it off the wall and it just bounced right back center for the other team to clear it and get a free opportunity on net.
This one locked in the middle. McAdoo with the shot towards the net. Breezy with the save. Agility to try and pick it up. See if he can keep this offensive pressure going. Good positioning to keep that one up there.
Yeah, and Breezy doing a good job there defending his back wall. I've noticed he likes to stay up there.
A spider positioning on the back wall. Commonly played in 3v3, but a little bit less in 2v2. Jelly now with the pass out towards McAdoo. Actually played over the top. And Breezy will rotate this one around. Come back and get the save. Yeah, Breezy backs off. Allows him to send that one up. Skullpool now to try and push this one all the way through. Doesn't make it through. Blue will be able to defend. They'll push it back out. Jolly up to midfield. Underneath Skullpool. McAdoo onto the backboard. Breezy doesn't make very solid contact. No, McAdoo keeps it into the corner. Jelly has an opportunity to set this one out, but it'll just bounce down off the wall.
Oh, a big mistouch there from Jelly. McAdoo actually taking up both of the opponents and forcing them into the corner. That would have been a wide open net if Jelly could have got the ball on target.
A pass into the middle as Jelly here for the opportunity to shoot towards the net. Doesn't go in. McAdoo will finish it off. No, he doesn't even need him. Jelly puts it in. It's a tie game.
Oh, great team play here from Bakadoo and Jelly. That pass there from Bakadoo coming up off the corner. Wow, Bakadoo, what a mouthful of a name.
Quite a name.
Yeah, getting that pass there off of the corner, it was too far for the defenders to come out of net and contest, and Jelly with just a wheezy shot to put that one in.
I believe we can just call him Baco. Short it up there a little bit. 3:08 left to go. Tie game between the leftovers and Tribune Gaming. Skullpool slows it down in the corner, baits in Baco, gets the pass towards the mid, but Jelly well defended. Skullpool knew he didn't have a good opportunity. Stay back off there. Breezy on the wall. It's over the top of Jelly. Can he finish this off by himself? Baco's got it. Skullpool in to keep the pressure on. Now Baco and Jelly, kind of a double commit, but Baco backs back down quickly. Moves into the middle. Keep this pressure on, and it seems that the rotations, what a save there from Skull. The rotations here from the leftovers, very, very strong. And I think it's also important to differentiate for many of our long-standing RLCS fans. This is not in any way related to the leftovers roster from Europe, the 3v3 team, the Upset Gods. It's another team, another group of players who I believe kind of put themselves together last minute. Chose the name the leftovers.
Yeah, they mentioned I think it was 2 weeks that these guys have been playing together, and so with only 2 weeks of practice, it's definitely a pretty good job so far. These two teams look really evenly matched, especially with regards to offense. We see a lot of overcommits and just long shots coming time and time again.
A few shots that have been able to be in a good spot, but just not able to be put into the net. Accuracy plaguing both teams a little bit here, but it gives us the tie game. An exciting one at that. A best-of-3 winner here takes the advantage and the lead in the series.
And we can already see, I mean, just through this match alone, there actually is a lot less team play, I think, that we were seeing in the previous match with Rizzo and Stev and Dad and Sir Jump stuff. They're just trying to go for a lot more of these dribble plays, trying to beat both of the opponents and let their teammate clear the ball, or clean up, excuse me.
The leftovers attempting the screen play, but doesn't come through.
Huge bump there from Breezy to knock the attacker out of the way and save themselves from going down here.
It was a big bump there, but Baco was positioned right on top of him as well. And he was able to move that one through. Nothing materializes though, as Jelly was bumped, as you said. Baco now with a shot towards the net. Jelly very aggressively positioned. Skullpool has the opportunity to run this one all the way down the field. If he got enough pace on it, he probably could have gotten in the net, but it'll go into the corner and Jelly will try. See if he can press this one out by himself. Skullpool trying to set this one up. He'll rotate back as Breezy moves in. The offensive opportunity will be Baco down. Not sure why he drove past the ball there. Maybe trying to bait in a defender. Let's wait to see what he did.
Was it going to be a goal?
Jelly. Oh, no! They had the opportunity to save that one, but could not get enough verticality on the ball.
I don't know if he could save that. What a great touch to actually put the ball closer to the wall so that he controlled the ball with an aerial and also landing on the wall at the same time and then using that opportunity to jump off the wall for the shot. That's a very fast play and definitely one I don't think that that Tribune Gaming was expecting.
With 30 seconds left, the leftovers with the 1-goal lead. Tribune's got their work cut out for him here. Dribbling up in the corner, pulls Baco into the side. But Breezy was unable to gain ball control as he fell back down. So going to bounce out onto the wall. Skullpool moving this one, using the wall as a third defender as a common tactic, or as a passer, a third teammate. It's a common tactic here in 2v2, but the pass into the middle, Baco's shot, great 1-2 play there. The 2-goal lead will seal the deal.
Right, I don't see him being able to come back with just 9 seconds left. This was huge. Jelly actually faking Breezy into thinking he was going to go on the wall and bringing the ball right back down. Breezy was completely fooled. And Baco with a good shot there, coming off, recognizing the opportunity. Well done to them.
9 seconds left. The leftovers will hold on to this lead here. As that clock hits 0. Once the clock hits 0, you can still, the ball stays live until it hits the ground as you saw there, but you can only score 1 goal in that situation. So if you have a 2-goal lead, as soon as you hit 0, it's over.
Well, that was a lot closer game than our first set. That's about what I was expecting. Now, something I pulled from that was you were mentioning a lot of the dribbling play, right? People not wanting to go for double aerials and stuff like that. I noticed that if these teams were really aggressive, that meant they were really aggressive positioning, but they stayed on the ground most of the time. Is that what we're going to expect from 2v2 from these matches from here on out? What do you think?
When you have the dribble, you keep all of your wheels grounded, you're much more in control.
Yeah, once you jump into the air, you lose control of your car until it comes right back down. You can't flip, you're just stranded, so it's huge, like you said.
Yeah, we're taking a look at the replay here as this was very close for the first few minutes, but then leftovers were able to separate themselves about a few minutes into the game. Why do you think that was?
They benefited a bit from inaccuracy on the side of Tribune, but also just keeping the offensive pressure on, forcing them to make defensive mistakes. And you see there, I mean, I think that they possibly could have gotten the block there on that 1 goal, but it is Jelly who was able to get the victory.
Yeah, Jelly really impressing me all throughout that match. Fantastic clears using the ceiling multiple times, and it was just a great effort from him all the way around. You can even see he has 2 goals, 1 assist, and 3 shots. I mean, putting a lot of pressure.
Yeah, definitely. So that one looked really close at the beginning, but leftovers did seem to be the better team towards the end. You guys agree, disagree? You think this is a 2-0, or are we going to game 3?
I think, I don't know. We'll see how they're able to bounce back. They got that first goal, but they're going to need to be able to put it all together to get the win here in game 2.
Yeah, I think that they're able to get this 2-0, and it's looking likely based off of the play. I mean, Jelly just kind of bossing that show all the way around and really just fooling Breezy and Skullpool time and time again. I think Breezy and Skullpool, they only have 1 game to adapt. They're going to have to make it happen.
We'll see if they can here. Tribune's tournament life on the line with this game. A loss here sends them home. Pinch off of Baco, goes into the side. There's nothing on our terms list from earlier. But Jelly, you can see him there again, using the wall like a teammate to pass it past 1 offensive player. But because he passed it so strong, he lost ball control on the other side. Here comes Skullpool with a shot. Jelly with the save. Send that one away.
And already a lot of pressure here coming from Skullpool and Breezy. We see them not really letting Bakadu and Jelly just even breathe so much, but they're going to see problems here if they're not able to manage their boost correctly, Wave.
That's very, very true, though. As we said in the first series, with 2v2, there's significantly more boost to go around. Jelly misses the touch to the side to buy Baco time and net, but he doesn't need it. He's able to get the save again. Now Jelly contesting Breezy in the air. Gets 2 solid touches to put it past. Now with an opportunity, he gets the back pass. Can Baco boom this one down the field? Going all the distance, doesn't make it. Oh, it's wide. Won't be able to put that one through. Jelly now, an upside down shot. That's 2 defenders out, but they get the boomer away. Breezy gonna try, finish it off. Does not go through. Jelly gets the demo onto Breezy. They'll regain ball control.
Yeah, leaving a lot of pressure there with that demolition, just taking out the other team's offense.
Skullpool will do this now. Jelly will play it over to the side. Going toe for toe with the offender. Jelly now into the middle. Skullpool back into the corner. Breaking up the pass play from the leftovers. Now Jelly in the middle. Into the corner once more. He's going to go up for it himself. He can pass from the corner to himself. Goes across. They'll keep this pressure on. We saw a lot of this game number 1. They were able to keep it on, and Jelly finally will find it. 2 defenders went up, neither made contact. That's the goal for the leftovers.
Yeah, look at this pressure. Jelly and Baku just keeping the ball in the other team's half time and time again. And we see Breezy and Skullpool not ever settling themselves in net and unable to position themselves for a good clear or a good save. Both of them just kind of following the ball, and that's what we start to call ball chasing, if you will. And that's where the struggle happens on defense. They're just not taking the presence of mind to take a step back.
With that first goal, the momentum entirely in the leftover side right now, as they have now scored 4 times straight, I believe. It was 3-1 last game. And the first goal in that game being scored by Tribune.
Right, we even see both Breezy and Skullpool there just following each other a little bit. The miscommunication apparent on field. These guys need to start getting that back in order with just half the game left. I mean, they need to make something happen here.
Well, and the offense from the leftovers, they are really committing. They almost have 2 players in the enemy box at multiple times. A solid clear could be very, very deadly here in favor of the Tribune Gaming. But right now, they are struggling to gain any real strong semblance of ball control in their own territory. They finally got it into the box. Bako misses. This is a good shot, but no, it goes wide, and he'll play that one away.
Skullpool is going to be beating himself for that one, missing the wide open net to tie up the game.
Jelly, pass Breezy. Skullpool plays one down the midfield, keeps it high. Bako buys time for Jelly to set up a net, gets it past the rotation. Skullpool has to fly back quickly, and this one will still be in the favor of leftovers. Jelly looks to see if he can pass one more time to Bako. He misses on the wall. Skullpool now with an opportunity. Jelly's got to be low on boost. He'll pick up that one in the middle, though. Replenish himself. Skullpool to try.
Skullpool there with a great opportunity to pass the ball center to his teammate Breezy, who's waiting for the pass, but unable to get enough of it to side.
Oh, beautiful shot there. The pass from Bako, he got demoed, and the position Bako was in, this demo plays into his favor so much. He now spawns back on defense. Jelly is completely free to do anything he wants in the air.
Right, and when you demolition someone, you actually slow yourself down as a whole, so he's unable to even take part in making a save in the play because he went for the demolition and he took himself out of the game as a result.
With 140. Leftovers winning game number 1. A win here sends them forward into the semifinals. So there's a best of 3. 1:30 left to go. Jelly coming off the wall, looking for the pass. Bako respecting Skullpool's position, knowing he'd be able to get there. Breezy, the shot downfield. The defenders had already fallen back. They'll be able to clear it to the side, and Skullpool looks to see if he can create the 50-50 on the side. He actually just gains ball control. Bako just gave it to him. He fakes out the last defender. Oh, and it goes in. That's a point on the board here for Tribune.
They're back. They bring the game back to a 1-goal margin. This is huge for Skullpool. Popping it and looking like he's going to get underneath it for one more pop. The defender tried to stop it. A bit of a mind game there from Skullpool, showing that he can play too.
Beautiful solo clutch play, and as you said, they bring it within 1 goal, which is huge. You can play into 0-second time now to send us to overtime. A tie game at the end of regulation does result in a sudden death. The first goal wins. Bako coming off the wall, out into the middle. Skullpool to try and wrap this one around. Jelly's right there. Bako's still lurking, such an offensive position. Had an opportunity for a shot, but it goes high. Jelly passes back in. Can Bako get the touch? He'll put it back over towards Jelly, not liking his odds of completing that shot and knowing he has to get it away from the 2 inbound aggressors. But now the pass plays turn it all the way back around, back into the box. Jelly in to take the shot. Does Breezy make contact? He carries it away just enough. We'll see Skullpool to try and push this one out. 30 seconds remaining, down by 1. If they lose here, it's over for Tribune Gaming. They have to get this goal. Oh, that's not going to do it. Skullpool sends it to the side just in time. But with this timer ticking down, they have to get 1 more goal or they're going home. Breezy across the midfield line. Bako in, and Skullpool rotates to try and pick it up off of Bako's touch. But the final countdown. And this is the countdown of the tournament life of Tribune. That touch from Jelly puts it into the corner. Skullpool fakes out 1. Breezy in to take the shot. It's high. It's in the air. Can they keep it up? No, it'll touch the ground, and the leftovers move on.
Wow, what a great performance, I think, from Jelly and Bakadu, doing such a good job there to just control the match. We see them playing a lot of keep away, and just as a whole, they never looked out of place or overcommitting at the wrong times. Really, I would say a dominating performance over Tribune Gaming.
They absolutely getting the victory there. Take a look at the stats. Jelly scoring both the goals from the leftovers. Skullpool putting in the 1. Only 2 goals scored here by Tribune in this series. Outscored 5-2 by the leftovers.
So the first few minutes of both these games felt very similar to me, right? Like like we saw Tribune come out and rock the ball first, taking aggressive ball possession, making sure that they were constantly over towards their opponent's goal. But then all of a sudden, it seems like just once leftovers got past like the first minute or two, they sat back, they waited a little bit, and then took complete control of the game through the mid-game. So why was that? Why do you think this Tribune Gaming aggression kind of let up a couple of minutes in each time?
Well, I think Tribune Gaming did a really good job on that pressure initially. You saw actually the leftovers looking really out of place, but then unfortunately for them, it just seems like Jelly doing such a good job able to make space for himself at any opportunity. Great dribbles from them, using the wall as a third man. They just completely able to dismantle all of that pressure.
Okay, so we've gotten a little bit better look at the leftovers here, so let's go ahead and move over to Larry, who's got an interview with our winners right now.
All right, Kevin, yeah, we got the leftovers. We got Sean and John. Guys, you were down 1-0 early within 4 seconds of the game, but then between both games, you got those 5 straight goals and kind of took control. How important was it to come back from that first goal, and how were you guys able to get control of the match in the first 2 games?
I think even after that first goal, we still felt really comfortable. I mean, it's just like an unlucky kickoff goal. Knowing like how well we played together and stuff, we just weren't really focused on that.
All right, looking ahead, guys, semifinals, man, you're still in the running for the money. Tough road to hoe, though. You got G2A. Talk about facing those guys and what you're looking forward to.
I think because there's a sub with Rizzo, with Stev, I think that if we just keep up our pressure, I think we can maybe get the momentum early and throw them off and maybe take 2 games really quickly.
Quickly, we talked about it. You guys have looked at them a little bit. What have you seen in some of your study while you were labbing?
I mean, they're definitely, mechanically, they're definitely like very good players. But their team play isn't how it was with Rizzo and JNaps. I think with Stev, it's a little bit hindering, so I think that gives us a better opportunity to take them.
All right, Sean and John, the leftovers moving on to the semifinals, guys. They got G2A. Back to you at the desk, Kev.
All right, they think there might be some weaknesses in the team play of G2A. We'll see if they can exploit those in the next round as we have the leftovers moving on into the semifinals to take on G2A. Coming up next, we are going to have G2B taking on Imperial with half the bracket complete. The second seed out of the Mid-Atlantic Series. G2B coming up against Imperial right now. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back once again to Philadelphia and the Universal Open Rocket League East Regional. And we're going to take a look at the bullpen here, where some of our gamers are actually warming up and keeping sharp before they compete. Of course, we have a full facility for them to continue playing as they're watching the matches, and they can, of course, see what's going on. Let's take a look at the brackets as well, as we're through 2 of our quarterfinals. We have 2 more still to come. Up next, we are going to have G2's B Squad going up against Imperial, then Ascension versus Rebel Psi. We already know the first of our semifinals. That, of course, is G2A versus the Leftover. So still 2 more best of 3s, and we move into our best of 5 semifinals to see who's going to make it to the grand finals. I'm excited. This is really cool. So I want to take a look at the first couple of games that we've had so far, because in my mind, we have in this tournament your pro RLCS players, and then you have your dedicated, I'll call them unknowns, whatever you want, but your 2v2 guys. Maybe they take this more seriously than 3v3. Maybe this is their competitive mode, but we haven't seen them on the big stage yet. Just based on these 2 games that we've seen so far, what do you think of the skill of some of these players? Are they mechanically up to snuff, according to you very difficult critics?
I'm just sad we're not going to see that again. That was my favorite thing so far. But I think the first match, we definitely saw G2's got the mechanics, and you heard in the interview with the Leftovers that they said they're the mechanical players, but they're not necessarily 2v2 rotators. They don't have the strategy of that. So the players who exclusively play 2v2s might have an edge positioning wise, but I think the mechanics of the pros is really paying off right now. But I've been really excited. The last match was very intense.
Yeah, it was a very close match, and actually we looked at the Leftovers from the last series. They were very good mechanically. I mean, we saw ceiling clears, which is when they go up off the ceiling, and that lets you save your flip. Usually you only have 1.5 seconds after you initially jump, but because you're falling and not actually jumping off the ceiling, you get to maintain that flip infinitely. So he was able to use that to be able to clear the ball into the other side of the field. Just so many things that are actually very difficult, and it was super impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, now that you guys have had a chance to watch some of the action, we'd of course like to take an opportunity to introduce you to some of the essential skills used to master Rocket League.
Rocket League is a simple game. The objective is to